everyone, so today I am going to show you how simple eyeshadows can be. I know when I was first learning makeup, I had difficulty learning about eyeshadows. I didn't know where to put things. I didn't know what the finishes were. So I will show you in this video the 4-ish different kinds of eyeshadows there are out there and what kind of looks they achieve. Eyeshadow application and their brushes. So what brushes do I recommend for eyeshadows and what are the basic eyeshadow brushes that you need. And then I will show you where to put things using diagrams. So it's going to be a really good video and stay tuned. So first of all, I'm going to show you the 4 different types of eyeshadow finishes. And I have 4 shadows right here. And I'm going to show you what they are. The first kind of eyeshadow finish is a matte finish. And this is Benefit's Guess Again, which is a matte color. And it's a matte purple lavender color. And matte looks, matte eyeshadows are really in right now. I don't know if you've seen it, but Revlon has a new range of matte eyeshadows. It's because you can achieve natural, dusty looking looks that are really good for natural looks. Like if you had natural matte eyeshadow on, it creates like a dusty glow effect without all the shimmer, without all the drama. So if you want natural looks, matte shadows are for you. But for me, I don't like using matte shadows because it kind of like takes the brightness away from my face, so I tend not to use dull or matte eyeshadows. The second one is my favorite kind of eyeshadow, and this is Urban Decay's X, but the finish is a frost. So I'm going to show you what a frost looks like. This is what a frost looks like. This is an X, and you can see that it's shimmery and glossy, but you cannot ever see any shimmery chunks or glitter chunks in it. So that is what a frost looks like, and that just reflects light really nicely and gives your eye dimension because it's like a glowing effect. That's why I love frost eyeshadows. The next one is a shimmer eyeshadow, and this is from my NARS Cordura, my favorite eyeshadow duo. And I'm going to swatch you a shimmer. I don't know if you can see that, but there are chunks. You can see sort of bigger chunks of glitter in it, but it's not overwhelming or anything. You can sort of see that. You can see that. And those chunks means it's shimmer eyeshadow. The chunks of glitter are a little larger, but not over the top. And the last one I'm going to show you is glitter eyeshadow. And this is not a huge example of a glitter eyeshadow because they actually get more progressively glittery as you move on. So if you use pigments that are glitter pigments, you're going to have even more intense glitter eyeshadows. But this is the top of the line for me, and it is Urban Decay's Midnight Cowboy. I don't like glitter eyeshadows. I think that they're just difficult to work with. And I don't know if you can see, but for me, there's just chunks of silver glitter everywhere. And I hate that. I hate glitter eyeshadow because it doesn't work for me when I put it on, especially this Midnight Cowboy eyeshadow, which is a bestseller in Urban Decay. It's really weird. But I put this all over my lid, and then a lot of the glitter, silvery glitter, falls on this area, and it's just so hard to take it off, so I don't like glitter eyeshadows. But I just want to tell you, those are the 4 finishes of eyeshadows, and as you put more glitter in it, the more dramatic it is, and those are for like party looks or night looks and stuff like that. During the day, I would definitely suggest a frost eyeshadow or a matte eyeshadow. But I like using frost because it gives me so much more dimension and it's just a beautiful glowing effect. The next thing I'm going to tell you is basically what I do for eyeshadow application. If eyeshadow application is for you and you're a beginner in eyeshadows, the first thing you start with is a primer or a base. And it's really important that you do this because if you don't have it, then you know how you see Michelle Phan doing eye looks on her videos, and her eyeshadows always pop out so well? It's because she uses primers. And if you don't use a primer, I remember when I didn't use a primer, I was so frustrated with eyeshadow because it never gave off the same payoff. Even though I swatched it at the store and I was like, wow, it's really intense. On your eyelids, it's just going to be a different story. So it's best to prime your lids. There are 2 ways you can prime your lids. First of all, you can conceal the redness with a lid concealer. This is a lid concealer, or you can use, and then after that you would use a primer. Now the difference between these two is that the lid concealer conceals any redness or discoloration on your lids from the rest of your face. Often I have redness on my eyelids from the rest of my face, so I use the lid concealer. I just dab it a bit and I remove all the redness so it creates a nice, fantastic base for my eyes. The second thing you do is you use a primer. And this is Urban Decay's Primer Potion. There's a whole lot of primers out there. You don't have to have a department store, Sephora brand eyeshadow primer. You can use L'Oreal Decrease. There's Too Faced Shadow Insurance. There's so many primers out there, but use a good one because it really matters about the payoff. I use my NARS Cordura eyeshadow duo without these, and they swatch fantastic, but they turn out different without the primers on. And this is a great primer, although this one, okay, if you don't know what primers are these things, and when you put it on, it'll make your eyeshadows pop, and it'll make your eyeshadows more vibrant, and it'll stay on for much longer. So it's super important that you have a base. In addition to that, people also like to use, if you like to be creative with eye looks, people also like to use bases like paint pots and NYX shadow bases, any cream bases to your eyelids so your eyeshadows can adhere to your eyes better and pop even more. So people like to use that. This is a paint pot. An example of that is a paint pot. And a base is sort of like a cream consistency usually, so you can spread it on evenly and the eyeshadows can stick on it really well. This is MAC's Paint Pot and Groundwork. I don't particularly like this at all, but you can see that it's not dry. It's sort of like, you know, the consistency of MAC's Studio Finish Concealer. But there's so many paint pots that MAC has. A really famous one is MAC's Rubenesque Paint Pot. But I don't have any of those because I'm not really creative with eye looks. And the third thing, after that, after priming your lids, you choose your eyeshadow and you get an applicator. So what are the applicators you can use to apply eyeshadow? First of all, you can use your fingers. Okay, I know it's really weird, but when I started out with eyeshadow, I used my fingers and I would dab the eyeshadow onto my fingers and apply it onto my eyes. There's nothing wrong with that if your hands are totally clean, and it actually picks a lot more eyeshadow up, and you can dab it onto your eyelids to create your eye looks, and you can sort of like blend it in. And that's what I did with my first eye look. And if you don't want to use your hands though, if you want to get into brushes, I have 3 brushes for you that are probably essential eyeshadow brushes. And these, you don't have to get the same brand, of course. You can get any other brand. All the brands are fine. But I have 3 that are important. This is, of course, the standard eyeshadow brush. It's a mini shader brush. And you can use this as your all-over lid color, mostly to just pat the eyeshadow onto your lid. And then I like to use a pencil brush. And this is from Magical Tan Suit. I know the MAC 219 is sharp and like it hurts, apparently. So the MAC 219 is similar. It's called a pencil brush. And the great thing about this is that you can use your eyeshadow, dab a little bit, and on your eye, and you can draw out your shape of the desired shape of your eyeshadow. You can draw your outer V and you can shade it in. It's just like a pencil or marker when you're drawing or painting. It's just like that. So I love using pencil brushes. I think they're very important when you're applying eyeshadow. And the third brush is really important, is a blending brush. These are super important. If you don't have a blending brush, you're going to have harsh lines on your eyes, and they're not going to, you know, glow and sort of like, whoa, you know. So a good thing is to blend them out like this, and it just makes your eyes like, you know, I don't know how to describe it, pop. I guess after you blend it, it makes it look 10 times more finished, and all the colors will sort of like blend together. It'll be beautiful. So those are the top 3 eyeshadow brushes. And the difference between synthetic brushes and normal hair brushes, I like synthetic brushes for bases. So if you like your paint pots and stuff like that, you would use a synthetic brush because those are fake fibers, so they don't stick onto the hairs as much as these do. So, but for powders and stuff like that, I like using real haired brushes. Okay, so those are the brushes, and now we'll talk about where to place things. So this has been, you know, I've learned this through experience, and I haven't I used to not be able to do this, and I was so confused, and I'd be watching tutorials on YouTube, and how do I do that because I don't have that much product. So what I've done is I've drawn diagrams, and I've drawn diagrams for 2 colors, for 3 colors, and for 4 colors. So the first one is for 2 colors. And how do you achieve an eyeshadow look with just 2 colors? Let me tell you that this is just 2 colors. And what you do is, this is my yucky diagram, but what you do is you shade on your all over lid. You choose an all over lid color, and this is usually base color, like a shimmery nude color, a shimmery light brown, a light color, okay? So you choose your light color and you place it all over here. Then you choose a darker color and you mark the outer V. So those are your two colors, one that is dark and one that is light. That is all you need, okay? So a dark color will mark out the outer V, so you can shade it in here, just like this. This is the outer V. And then you would place it over your all over lid color. And that's all you do, guys. That's all you need to do. I've done it. I do it every single day because I don't have time to create 5 or 6 eye looks a day, you know? And then you would take a blending brush and you would just blend that together. And then you have a simple eyeshadow look, just 2 colors. But if you want to step it up and you want to do 3 colors, then I will show you how to do that. This is a diagram for 3 colors. You want to step it up, okay? You have your all over lid color, you have a darker color right here. Now choose the lightest color that you have or that you picked and selected, and you can apply it to your inner corners of your eyes and also to highlight your brow. So in this area, so this is your brow. I know it's a really funny diagram, but this is where you put your highlight, and this is where you put a highlight. This will brighten up your eyes, and you can also make your eyebrows pop. So adding a 3rd color could highlight your eyes and make them pop, give them more dimension by adding 3 colors. The last thing you can do, or if you want to step it up even more, you can add another 4th color. So this is my diagram for 4 colors, and the 4th color would go right in the crease. So you see a lot of YouTube gurus making eyeshadow looks, and they're always putting another color in the crease. I would suggest a frost eyeshadow for that, or anything lower than that. So this is the 4th color. You have your all over lid color, you have your outer V color, you have your crease color, and then you have your highlight color. So that's 4 colors. And if you want to add a 5th color, you can add it right here, and it would be a shimmery eyeshadow to give your eye look 3D, because the light will reflect on here. So that's it, 4 colors. And that's how simple eyeshadow really can be. And you can experiment around these canons, and you can make eyeshadow looks that will make you jump with joy. I don't know. But that is what I think is the basics to eyeshadow. And I hope you've taken this, you can take this and apply your own rules to it, because makeup is so, subjective. You can put looks in and put looks out, stuff like that. You create your own thing in makeup. And these are just the basics where you can use as your foundation to make even more eye looks. So I hope you liked this video, and I hope it was really helpful. And I just want to let you guys know that I am now part of a collab channel, and it's called Beauty Insiders, and the link is going to be in the sidebar. Of course, this will be my main channel. Don't think it's not going to be that, because it is, and it's just going to be my main channel. Roseanne will be, but Beauty Insiders will be something that I will also be participating in, so you should subscribe and give it a try. So I will see you guys later, and bye!